What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys today why it's not the smartest thing to buy a newer truck in 2025 or in today's world, whatever you want to call it. But I hope you guys having a great day out there, man. It's Sunday. Hope you guys also making sure you're taking care of your mind and your body. Just got done working out, and I just want to base some of my opinion on what I really think about the newer trucks now. This is not just strictly just Ram, but any truck in general, Ram, Dodge, Chevy, Ford. And I just feel like this is something that I want to share because even if I'm in a position to buy like a newer truck, I wouldn't really there's some things. I mean, it depends though. But I'm saying just like a regular person like myself or you, whatever this and that, working like a 9 to 5 and pretty much obviously trying to make a living and stuff. And when you plan on buying a newer truck, it doesn't have to be cash down or it could be financing, whatever this and that. It's really not like I just think that it's not like the best thing to do because if you think about it now, um how pretty much like the world is now, like pretty much how the world is. Obviously, inflation and stuff like that is taking over, and inflation when there's inflation, obviously dealerships, wherever that sell anything is gonna be taking the most advantage of it to where they're gonna spike their prices up on everything that they have, products, whatever it is and stuff. But cars is like these trucks. I just feel like it's kind of crazy to think, right? If you go back 10 years ago, the most probably you probably gonna be spending like looking at a brand new truck now is like probably back then, I'm saying 10 years ago back then, you're probably gonna be looking at least like 20,000, 20,000 somewhere around there. Now it's like it's a whole 2025 is a whole different game where I'm talking like you're looking at least, let's say probably what, 70,000 minimum, probably 40,000, 50. Like it's kind of crazy, mind blowing. Like buying a newer truck now is like a down payment for a home. And I just feel like it's not like the best decision that anybody could make if you are in the space of you working a 9 to 5, trying to make a living. I'm not saying somebody that's like a business owner or somebody that's pretty much in a position where they could afford to buy a brand new truck cash and never look back and stuff like that. But you got to think though, this Ram is a 2014 Dodge Ram, and a newer Ram is like the newer Ram, same thing, 1500. Probably brand new is gonna be like, let's say what, probably 70 grand, 80 grand. And the only difference is the newer Ram is just like the year, but everything is pretty much kind of like the same. It just has more advanced technology, um, just more of a headache if you're trying to work on it and stuff like that. But it's not really, it's like the price that they offering for like these newer trucks just doesn't add up to me because you're spending 80,000, 70,000 minimum. I'm saying starting over there, you spending that much, and then when you spend that much, you drive it off the lot. By the time you drive it off the lot, it's gonna depreciate probably by like what? I'm guessing. I'm just putting numbers out there, like by 5% or something like that, or probably a little bit more than that. You're not gonna get that 80,000 that you just spent. They're not gonna give it back. They're not gonna give it back to you once that vehicle is drive like off the lot. Pretty much, it's like you're spending all this money for a newer truck, and it's like the crazy part. Like I don't understand. You will think like the fact that the truck is newer, more advanced, it's gonna have less issue, and it's gonna be um way more cheaper when it comes to like certain things to like repair and stuff like that. But in most cases nowadays, that's not the case. It's like newer cars are more expensive and also more more money to like keep up with the maintenance, pretty much insurance, stuff like that. Like my truck right now, this 2014 Dodge Ram. It's crazy to think that 2014 is like decades, almost like couple like almost like 20 years ago. It seemed like it, but this truck right now, I lie to you guys, is way more reliable than any other newer, if you, in my opinion, I'll say it's much more reliable than any newer trucks, like the newer Rams 1500s out there, to be exact. Newer Ram 1500s out there. It's much more reliable than that. Less more cheaper, and also much more easier to work on. Doesn't require a lot. Parts on this truck is a lot more cheaper than any newer like Ram 1500s out there. And I just feel like if you're gonna buy like these newer trucks, newer Rams and stuff out there, just be willing to like, spend a lot of money, because like dealerships, they taking advantage of people where it's like they making you pay 80 grand for a brand new truck, to where you drive it off the lot within like a month and a half, or you're gonna come across some kind of issue with it, this and that, and it's gonna cost you even more money. You're gonna have to spend more money to get it repaired. It's just so much stuff that come with like these newer trucks now, to where even like me now, like if I can understand this, if it's a diesel truck, I'm willing to spend, diesel is like much more understandable for you to spend like probably like 70, 80K, or a little bit more over that. But I'm saying like if you a regular person that works a 9 to 5 still, you still out there working a 9 to 5 trying to make a living, buying new or financing new would not be like the best decision. Well, financing would like, I mean, you're still gonna have to pay that amount of money that that car is listed for, but it's just that you paying it little by little. But it's gonna you still gonna pay more than you paying cash, pretty much. But it's just gonna be a little bit more of a longer time for you and stuff like that. But if you want to buy a new truck now, man, it's really not. These newer trucks come with a lot of problems, and I'm seeing like, I'm a Ram guy. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Ram guy, and I'm seeing how like most people complaining about like these newer Ram having like all these issue where it's either like it's like maintenance, keeping up with maintenance and stuff, going to the dealership where there's like it's so much problems that they having with these newer trucks, to the point where it's like you take your car to the dealership, they're gonna overprice you like crazy. It's like an upper end for the dealership too. When you buy like a new car, you gotta take it to the dealership. You can't just, unless you got the brains like that to understand what the hell going on. If you got a brand new car that's still like that just came out in 2025, then that's good for you. But buying these trucks, man, like these, it's just not worth it, man. Like buying like these newer Rams, it's not the way to go if you don't have like that finance, and you're not in a position to be able to like spend that kind of money. I don't think that it's the right choice. That's why I always recommend that if you buying a pickup truck, buy used, because used, I get it. A lot of people tend to say, oh, you buying used is gonna have a lot of problems. You're gonna have to worry about this and that. You better off buying new. Most cases now, I 100% would want to buy any truck. If I got the funds, maybe I'll buy new. But any trucks that, if I'm planning on buying it, I would want to buy used, like just to not go down that road of spending a lot of money, or just like dealing with all the headaches that's gonna come with it if something break. And then another thing to put in the factor, if you got the like these new Ram, like newer trucks, if one thing it has like they all have a lot of freaking sensor on there. If one little thing breaks, majority of the time, the next it's gonna cause some kind of issue where it's like an ongoing issue. And then this is where like the dealership tend to like play with your pockets, pretty much, like meaning that they're gonna try to get whatever money they can from you, when you have one issue where another thing go wrong, then you got to take your truck to the dealership, and the dealership gonna get over you with all these like telling you, oh, you got to change this or you got to do this. These newer trucks require this or they require that. Like, I'm gonna just give you guys an example of my truck right now. This is a 2014 Dodge Ram, right? If I was to, like I was saying, talking about the swap, the doing like going from a 5.7 to like a 6.4, how much of how easier it will be. I wouldn't say easier, but I would say more less complicated it will be compared to somebody trying to do a swap from a 5.7 2025 5.7 Ram to a 6.4 or something like that. This truck doesn't require me to try to unlock the PCM or ECM, whatever you want to call it. I don't have to do none of that. I don't have to change any kind of harness, none of that. The only thing is simply me just doing obviously new engine, new torque converter, rebuilding the trans. I'm not, compared to you buying like a new truck, you're gonna probably have to it's a lot of issues that they restrict you from when it comes to like modification. You can't really do much with, you can't really do much. And by the time that you get to the point where those, like the new truck, like that truck you have, to be able to really fully modify it, it's probably going to probably take at least a year, couple years of so for somebody to have that kind of technology and stuff like that for you to be able to modify that truck. But if you want to buy any kind of truck now, buy used, save yourself a lot of money, save yourself also, like if you plan on selling your truck, you're not going to lose out on money on whatever you spent. But don't get me wrong, I'm going to say this once again, if you that guy that got that kind of money, this and that, then you could do it. It's worth, I mean, I guess I could say it's worth it for you, but I wouldn't do it if I was just a regular person working a 9 to 5 and trying to make a living, and then get in the process of trying to buy a $70,000 truck or $80,000 truck, and then the maintenance overall also too gonna be crazy expensive and stuff like that. I wouldn't do it. I just go the route of buying used. Save yourself the headache. It's not gonna cost you anything at the end of the day. It's gonna be worth it. This is just me, my personal opinion. I just feel like nowadays buying these newer trucks is like you buying a whole damn house. Man, it's just so much that comes with it. So much that comes with it, man. But I love like how like the newer trucks look, some of them. But I would not trade my truck now I have for like a new 2025 Ram 1500. I wouldn't do it at all. If it was a diesel, don't get me wrong, diesel, I'll probably have to rethink that. Then I'll probably want to think about doing it. But I would not trade this truck that I have right now for a 2025 Ram 1500. I would not do so. I would keep this truck. If it was diesel, 2025 Ram 2500, yes, I will. But just a regular Ram 1500, I would not do it. But it's just me giving you guys my own personal opinion on what I think. At the end of the day, I'm not no special person to give you advice. I'm just a man just like you. And pretty much, I just feel like this is my own personal opinion, where I just feel like it's not the smartest thing to do if you are trying to, if you plan on buying one of these trucks, going a route of buying brand new is not the best. It's not the best options. Like if you still out there working your ass off, it ain't the best option, because the money you're paying gonna eat you up. The maintenance gonna eat you up alive and stuff. Ain't worth it, man. But that's gonna be enough of me yapping away, because I'm hot as shit right now. I'm sitting in my car, pretty hot, sweaty. That's gonna be about it for this live. Like I said, it's something new I'm doing every day now. So you guys make sure you guys tune in, support the channel. And those who click on the live, I appreciate that. And those who are supporting the channel, definitely appreciate the love. Guys, stay tuned, man. I got a lot of things coming for this truck this year, so you definitely want to stick around. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.